Welcome to this unbelievable video filled with jaw-dropping moments captured on camera. Can you imagine witnessing such extraordinary events with your own eyes? Prepare yourself for a roller coaster of emotions, shock, awe, and wonder all packed into one thrilling experience. Are you ready to be amazed? The train races along the rainy coastal tracks, waves crashing wildly, spraying foam over the rails. The fierce wind howls as if nature itself is challenging this machine. Can you feel the raw tension? Is the train truly racing the storm, or is it destined to lose? Silently drifting under the narrow bridge, the boat's mast suddenly strikes a power line. Sparks fly lighting up the sky like fireworks. How could such a quiet moment erupt into chaos in a blink? Have you ever witnessed danger sneak up so unexpectedly? The parrot uses its sharp, strong beak to carefully tear strips of red paper, then tucks them into its feathers like a colorful decoration. Isn't it amazing how such a small creature can create its own art? What secret meaning could this crafty act hold? A boomerang is thrown with perfect skill, slicing through the air before curving back to the exact starting point. How can something so simple defy expectations so precisely? Have you ever marveled at the magic hidden in ancient tricks? The sidewalk ripples and waves as if a minor earthquake shook it awake, and water begins to seep down the street. Can you sense the subtle power beneath our feet? What hidden forces are constantly shaping the world around us? The giant blue whale surfaces, spraying a towering fountain of mist from its blowhole, sending ripples across the ocean's surface. Isn't this breathtaking? Can anything feel more majestic than witnessing the world's largest creature? In its element, has the weather thrown these insects into chaos? They swarm erratically through the city sky as if lost in a storm of confusion. Can you imagine the disarray when nature's balance is disturbed? What unseen forces disrupt even the smallest lives? The red truck drives smoothly until suddenly it plunges into a massive hole in the road. How fast can a peaceful journey turn into disaster? Have you ever been caught off guard by an unexpected trap on a familiar path? A giant pile of logs tumbles down like a game of dominoes, crashing onto the snow-covered ground. Isn't it oddly satisfying and terrifying at the same time? How can destruction have such a strange rhythm? And beauty. The factory by the river erupts suddenly black smoke, and flames burst from the chimneys which begin to tilt and collapse. Can you feel the shock of industrial disaster unfolding? How fragile is human control when fire and steel clash? The massive truck strains its engine to climb a steep hill, hauling a huge concrete pole on its back. Can you imagine the raw effort and determination behind this struggle? What stories do these machines tell of relentless perseverance? As she opens the car door, a gust of rainy wind whips her hair wildly, as if trying to carry it away. Can you feel the sudden burst of nature's playful fury? Have you ever been caught in such a moment? Where the ordinary turns chaotic. A massive lightning bolt crashes near a soccer field during a heavy storm, shaking the ground and lighting the sky. Can you imagine the sheer power that made players scatter in fear? How small do we feel when faced with nature's fierce wrath? He glides effortlessly on a board across the open sea, as if dancing with the waves. Doesn't it look like the simplest thing in the world? Can you feel the freedom and thrill wrapped in this graceful moment? Carrying towering stacks of containers, the ship leans dangerously close to tipping over as cargo is unloaded. How terrifying is the balance between order and chaos here? Could one wrong move send everything crashing down? A strong wind tears off the toll booth's canopy on the highway, sending debris flying. Can you hear the roar of nature's raw force? How vulnerable are our man-made structures when storms rage? uncontrolled. Snow suddenly slides off a rooftop, almost burying parked cars below under a white blanket. Have you ever witnessed such quiet power in a simple snowfall? Isn't it amazing how small shifts can have huge effects? Men barely escape just before a massive wooden plank crashes down. Can you imagine the split-second decisions that save lives? How close are we to disaster when luck and timing collide? Heavy rains wash away soil, turning it into rushing brown torrents. Can you picture the unstoppable force of erosion in action? How often do we forget that water gentle at times can become a powerful sculptor? Hailstones pound trees, snapping branches while rain lashes down furiously. Have you ever been caught in such a brutal storm? How fierce can nature be when it unleashes its icy fury? A violent gust flips over a parked truck, tossing it like a toy. Can you believe the strength required to do such damage? How quickly can calm turn to chaos in a storm's fury? Hail cracks the windshield of a moving car, spider webbing it like shattered glass. Can you imagine the panic inside? How vulnerable do we become when nature attacks with such sudden force? A dust storm swirls, kicking up clouds of red-brown earth, barreling forward like an unstoppable beast. Can you sense the overwhelming power of this moving wall? What must it be like to stand before such a force? A slight collision by a massive train knocks down a riverside shelter with ease. Isn't it shocking how quickly structures can be destroyed? How much strength hides in something so huge? The storm rips tables and tents apart, sending them flying into a pool. Can you feel the chaos unleashed in an instant? How fragile are our carefully built comforts? In nature's hands. A delivery vehicle breaks down right as it's unloaded from a container truck. Have you ever seen plans unravel so fast? What happens when the last step becomes the weakest link? Thank you so much for watching the entire video. Did these incredible moments surprise and move you? Stay tuned for more jaw-dropping footage. We promise the best is yet to come.